movement has always been my thing. Movement is my medicine. It's enabled me to process a lot of what happened in my childhood, to get me through certain experiences in my life. And one of those was in 2016 when my cousin died unexpectedly of a brain tumour. My mum got skin cancer. I had a miscarriage at my cousin's funeral, and then my husband's oldest friend was found dead from a virus in his flat. And so, this plastic smile that we're all really good at putting on, it just started to melt and I couldn't hold it together. And me and my husband were, we was in our wounds and going in kind of separate directions, and I didn't want that to happen. And so I went off to Miami for a month to study mixed movement, and we was moving like 8 to 10 hours a day of martial arts, boxing, sparring. It was like we didn't have time to think. We just moved. And it was the best therapy I've ever had. And whilst I was out there, my cycle became 28 days, like no pain, no emotional explosions. I was like, well, what's going on? Obviously putting two and two together. I was moving, I wasn't stressed out. And so I came back and I was just blown away at how little I knew about my body and the menstrual cycle and how important it is on a mental, emotional, physical and spiritual aspect. So I started to go deeper into this, and then I started to think, well, that you must be able to move with your menstrual cycle. And this is when I started to uncover these ideas of the hormones and how they change and how that impacts the way that you exercise and how this impacts the way that you work and how it impacts the way that you are social. My mind was buzzing with all of this. And one of the most interesting questions I get from women is, why should I know about my menstrual cycle? And I'm like, because of this. It's life. It is a vital tool in your health. It tells you how healthy you are. It is just phenomenal. And then from there, I then find out about perimenopause. What is this? And now I'm supporting women with perimenopause. And I now realise that menopause isn't an aging disaster as to what we have been told it is, and from these years of just really throwing myself in the trenches in regards to hormones and menstrual cycle, perimenopause and menopause, I now want to bring all of us together because we're still separating ourselves. We're still putting ourselves in boxes. So you're menstruating, you're perimenopausal, you're menopausal. Let's keep everyone apart, shall we? This is not how we thrive. And I realise this now. And the biggest example of this was when I read in the Telegraph that 900,000 women left their job in the UK when they was going through menopause because they didn't have the support. Not only is this catastrophic for those women, but look at the hole it leaves, the wisdom that doesn't get passed on to the younger generation. Stories are what inspire and make us grow and build communities and relationships. When we don't have those stories, there's a void there. This is why it's so important to bring us together. We are so powerful when we come together and support each other. And this is why I do what I do.